Buckle up, adrenaline seekers, because we're bringing you the craziest chases, stunts, and heart-stopping action. It's full throttle adrenaline all the way, so prepare to experience the sheer thrill. Let's get into it. Virginia has always been famous for the birthplace of a nation and the modern military force. But what will happen if a soldier stole an armored vehicle from a National Guard base and led police on a chase across the state? That's right, he somehow gains access to this heavy-duty machine, starts it up, and drives off, leading authorities on an unbelievable chase. As the armored vehicle rumbles down streets, police scramble to respond. It's slow but unstoppable, rolling through traffic and making its way off base. This vehicle later was recognized as an M557, an armored command vehicle, usually used as a mobile command center or field operations unit. It's reinforced armor, making it quite a durable vehicle on the road. Obviously, pit maneuvering on this vehicle is going to be such a stupid idea. 3, however, it's not built for speed or agile maneuvering, so while it can rumble along for a while, it wouldn't be long before law enforcement could coordinate a stop. Several citizens record and share this video mix of shock, disbelief, and a bit of fear. But for many, it's a once-in-a-lifetime surreal sight to see military-grade machinery on a civilian road. After a tense pursuit, authorities finally find a way to block the armored vehicle and bring it to a halt. Officers move in quickly, pulling the First Lieutenant Joshua Philip Yabut out and making the arrest. He was eventually apprehended by police and charged with driving under the influence, felony eluding police, and felony unauthorized use of a vehicle.
Finally, just before 10 p.m. in downtown Richmond, the APC came to a stop. Yabut was tased and surrendered. Tonight, charged with driving under the influence of drugs and eluding police.
2.1. This could be a more budget version of the real-life wildest rampages in San Diego history in 1995, when Sean Nelson, an Army veteran, stole an M60 Patton tank from a National Guard armory and took it on a destructive ride through local neighborhoods. Soon, the tank was barreling down residential streets, effortlessly crushing cars and fire hydrants, sending residents scrambling for safety. Local police watched in disbelief as the armored giant made its way through the city, knowing they didn't have anything powerful enough to stop it. At one point, it looked like the driver might veer off into an empty lot, a move that might have contained the damage, but then, as if to challenge the city's infrastructure, he continued straight down the road, crashing through everything in his path. The damage was surreal, and with each crushed vehicle, the tension grew. 3 law enforcement agencies scrambled to contain the situation, but the war monster's sheer size and firepower made it a formidable challenge. The pursuit culminated in a dramatic standoff. The chase reached a turning point when the driver tried to cross a concrete median. The tank got stuck, halting its path of destruction. The officers took their chance, made a precise sniper shot, and took down Nelson.
The officers on the ground, two or three of them, I don't recall, got the Medal of Valor. It's the bravest thing I've ever seen happen. They climbed on top of the tank, the thread's still turning.
Temper Able, you go ahead and call it. Once again, Able will call it.
One of them.
The event, later named the American Tank Rampage, remains one of the most unforgettable displays of vehicular destruction in San Diego, illustrating just how far things can escalate when heavy machinery falls into the wrong hands. It's a scene straight out of a movie. During a high-speed chase with police, bank robbery suspects in a getaway vehicle make a surprising move. They start throwing cash out the window. Bills fly into the air, scattering across the street, and people can't believe their eyes as they watch the unexpected cash shower. But this isn't a generous act. It's a desperate attempt to distract officers, slow down the pursuit. The suspects swerve through traffic, tossing more and more cash out of the car as police close in. Onlookers rush to grab the loose bills, creating chaos on the street, while the suspects continue to flee. Finally, the pursuit comes to an end, and the suspects are taken into custody. Officers secure the scene, but the scattered cash? It's another story. What felt like a payday from the skies turned out to be part of a high-stakes police chase, and while some got away with their handful of cash, many learned that in situations like these, free money can come at a price.
You gonna keep it?
Yeah.
You're not gonna turn it in?
No, it's in the sleeve.
How much you got? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Are you gonna keep it? I don't know.
Now here's a chase that didn't end like any other. It all starts when police spot a silver Honda weaving down I-85 way over the speed limit, pulling dangerous stunts as it cuts through traffic. The chase kicks off as officers follow close behind. Honda against cruiser. At first, it's a straight shot down the freeway, passing multiple vehicles without any horn or signal, causing a dangerous situation for all drivers and the police. The car reached its peak at 80 miles per hour in the 45 zone. he swerves off, diving into the city streets, zipping through lights, and leaving drivers stunned. It's reckless, it's wild, and it's all happening right in downtown Atlanta, one of the most awful traffic congestions in the United States. Hit the subscribe button if you like more of this insane police chasing content. We're looking forward to bringing you the best content we have. As the vehicle was slowing down, the officer shortened the distance and decided to conduct a pit maneuver, causing the car to finally stop. Officers close in, ready for the arrest, but instead of resistance, the driver hops out and, in a move nobody expected, starts breakdancing right there on the pavement. The police ordered him to go down, and he really did, but in a more spectacular way.
Now he's dancing. That's a new one here for us at Sky 5.
Four amused but unamused officers quickly move in to handcuff the man mid-dance move. He's facing charges for reckless driving, fleeing police, and whatever else they can think of. As for that breakdance, it may be the last one he'll pull off for a while. A routine traffic stop took a bizarre turn in Houston when a seemingly ordinary traffic violation escalated into a high-speed chase. A 25-year-old was pulled over for speeding, but instead of complying, he floored the gas pedal and sped off, leading police officers on a dangerous pursuit through the city streets. Authorities ahead of the suspect threw down spike strips. The driver pulled over before hitting them along I-45 at the South Loop, where he started to perform his last dance. He really thought that this performance of his could get him out of trouble. He was totally shocked and hurt from the inside when the officers demanded the arrest. He initially moved back closer to the car. The police immediately released the K-9 to confront the situation in order to prevent him from getting in the car and making another escape, causing the dangerous situation on the road. The chase finally came to an end when the driver was apprehended by police. He was arrested on multiple charges, including evading arrest and reckless driving. The incident has since gone viral, with the dancing suspect becoming an internet sensation. But that Houston freeway might not forget the time it turned into a stage for a dance and a chase no one saw coming. It's just a normal day in Arkansas when a state police officer makes a quick traffic stop before he can go home and enjoy his weekend. But no Robert, with a minor warrant sitting inside the red car with expired tags shaking and scaring, that the police will arrest him. Approaching the vehicle, the officer found a driving woman with a suspended license and Robert sitting on the passenger side.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. You got a driver's license with you?
I have my ID, I do not have my driver's license.
Okay. The reason I stopped you, the tags are expired on the
Yes,
car.
sir, I know. I do have insurance.
Okay. Who's that with?
It's my Duke Progressive.
Okay, Progressive. I'll look it up if you'll just give me your ID.
It's in my sister's name.
Okay. I'll just look it up with the VIN number of the car. It'll show. Where y'all heading to today?
The store here.
Oh, the store? Okay.
I ordered a pizza.
I got you.
You couldn't get away too far with only 2 feet. but the cruiser could.
Thank you for telling me
The
who you are
officer
this time.
gently
Last
drove
time you
his
didn't.
car and
that
met
was you?
Robert
That
in the
was
middle of the grass
This
field,
is a
where he
citation
looked
for driving on
exhausted
suspended license,
and
okay?
breathing
And I'm
with his
paying on that
ears.
last one.
Things
Okay.
turned
Yeah.
bizarre
Yes, sir.
when the
Right
officer
here.
was
Why
about
is
to
he
let him
running?
go, but
He doesn't
instead he
even have a
decided to
warrant.
flee on foot, which
Curtis!
obviously didn't work.
What's
You
his
are
name
watching
again?
the funniest
Robert,
chase
you're
and
good,
arrest
bud.
of all time.
No warrant, Robert! Oh, jeez.
When the officer came back the second time, Robert had already done his escaping plan. Right after the officer was about to let them go, he opened the door and ran like this was the last time he could see the son leaving the driver and the officer stunned. The reaction of the officer was so iconic that it made me replay this video multiple times, and I bet you will do the
Look
same.
at me. You know what I was going to do? I was going to have you drive her car. Because you got a valid license, bro.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
4 now. With a list of charges, including fleeing and possession of drugs, Robert's day had taken a turn for the worse, which will cost him quite a lot of time before he could run on his foot again. And I hope that the officer and you guys will have a wonderful weekend enjoying our videos.
Let's go.
Have you ever imagined a DUI involving a horse and buggy? Well, let me tell you about a story that had both the locals and the nation chuckling in disbelief. On a crisp evening in September 2019, in the small town of North Bloomfield, Ohio, the local police encountered an unusual sight that they'd never forget.
I'm gonna see if I can get in front of him and slow down.
The situation escalated when the horse veered off the road and eventually came to a halt after colliding with a patrol car. Thankfully, no one was injured, but the incident left the buggy damaged, and the officers with quite a story to tell.
Disregard. He just rammed it into my car.
Hey, stop your horse.
The man was taken into custody and charged with operating a vehicle while under the influence. His name wasn't released, but the story quickly spread, making headlines in various news outlets like CNN and local newspapers. This tale offers more than just a humorous anecdote.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
21. Well, for right now, until I can determine on who you are, let me see your hand. I'm gonna detain you.
All right.
All right? We're running the siren. I'm banging on the side of the buggy.
Beer in there.
He's drunk. There's beer still in there. You good
Two
with him?
deputies from the Trumbull County Sheriff's Office noticed a horse-drawn buggy meandering erratically down the road. To their surprise, the driver, an Amish man, was slumped over, seemingly passed out. The horse was trotting along on its own, unaware of the unfolding drama. When the deputies tried to stop the horse, things took an unexpected turn. The sound of the police siren startled the animal, causing it to pick up speed and leading the officers on a slow-speed chase through the quiet town. Unusual police chase in Weber when a Weber County sheriff was chasing after a boy driving a white Dodge Enterprise, unaware of how young this driver was. It was a wild drive, as this boy was driving 35 to 40 miles per hour. He led the officer around town through high school, and before driving back home, this is what it looked like when the driver got out of the car. A 7-year-old young boy grabbed the keys to his family's car and set off on an adventure just to avoid church day. Instead of the usual tactics a child might use, pretending to be sick, he opted for something far more dramatic. leading the police on a budget Fast and Furious movie. While the boy was too young to face legal charges, the consequences were significant. His parents had a serious discussion with him about the dangers of driving and the importance of following rules. Have you ever heard of a police chase involving a granny on a mobility scooter? It might sound like the plot of a comedy movie, but it's a story that's sure to bring a smile to your face. On a sunny afternoon in the small town of Maple Grove, Minnesota, locals were treated to an unexpected sight that quickly became the talk of the town. Police officers on routine patrol noticed an elderly woman zipping down the sidewalk on an electric mobility scooter. Clad in a bright floral dress and a dark-tinted sunglass, she was moving at an impressive speed for such a vehicle, 6 miles per hour. What caught their attention wasn't just her speed, but the fact that she had veered onto the main road, weaving between lanes and cars. Concerned for her safety and that of other motorists, the officers decided to intervene. He pulled over our granny and asked for her identification, but everything he received was a cold confirmation. But when the officer came back to get a map, Granny pressed the accelerator and fled away. The officer quickly followed the speed demon, only to find this. After the first escape attempt, the officer had to give her a full, safe escort, letting her scooter on the road for as fast as she could, which took him 70 minutes for only a 4-mile ride. And thanks for this kindness, she made it home safe and sound. Can you imagine a scooter zipping past you at highway speeds? Well, in a jaw-dropping incident that captured international attention, a scooter rider hit 100 kilometers per hour, about 62 miles per hour, during a police chase that left everyone stunned. It all unfolded in Brisbane, Australia, in September 2020. Police officers on routine patrol spotted a man darting through traffic on an electric scooter at an alarming speed. Concerned for public safety, the officers decided to pull him over. As they signaled for him to stop, the rider glanced back and then accelerated, kicking off a high-speed chase through the city streets. The man was later identified as a 38-year-old local resident known to authorities for previous traffic offenses. His scooter was no ordinary ride. It had been heavily modified with a high-powered motor and enhanced battery system, enabling it to reach speeds that far exceeded legal limits. The turning point came when the rider attempted a sharp turn at high speed and lost control. He crashed into a roadside barrier, and officers swiftly moved in to arrest him. Miraculously, he sustained only minor injuries, and no one else was hurt during the ordeal. The man faced serious consequences, including charges of reckless driving, evading police, and operating an unregistered vehicle.
On the ground. I might put my dog in one of sweaty. Alright, I'm set up. Put it up on there. No, lay down, cuffs on, face the wall. Secure a pathway. Put your hands on your back. Good man. I'm not going out, gentlemen. I need to breathe. Cool. Turn around and face the fence. Now. Put your hands behind your back. Mate, put your hands behind your back. Oh man, it's Friday. I want to do this, I'm sorry, sir.
Thank you for staying with us on this great adventure. We'd love to learn which moments spoke to you the most. Please share your ideas in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more engaging stuff. See you in the future video.